Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and rune reading for the month of November 2024. So, first rune out for you is called Awaz. Beautiful rune that sort of suggests two horses pulling something forward. It is coming out upright, which is a really beautiful sign because it shows that as long as you and someone else or the team of people around you stay together, it's like you're on the same page, you're on the same vibration, you want the same things. And so it's like with other people, you can move your projects, goals, and ideas forward much more rapidly as opposed to if you were just by yourself. If there's any doubt here that somebody doesn't love you or just isn't on the same page as you, I really don't think that doubt has any standing in your life. It feels like the pace of life whenever Awaz comes out is really going to speed up for you. And the other runes that came out for you suggest this as well. So Cancer, if you've been feeling like life for the past several weeks or months or even years has been a little bit on the slower side, oh my God, things are really gonna start picking up for you in November. This is a collective theme I've been feeling for a lot of people, but you especially, I don't know why, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Pluto moving into Aquarius and out of Capricorn, starting a new era. Maybe it's just that we're in Scorpio season, which is a fellow water sign. And, you'll do really well when the sun is in other water signs because it's a very congenial sort of relationship there. I don't know exactly why, but it just feels like life is moving forward very quickly for you and people are on the same page as you. They want the same things. Then we have Dagaz coming out, which is another beautiful rune. This rune represents sun time, the sun specifically during noon and midsummer, so at its peak intensity. And this is associated with laughter, fun, play, wonderful times, things like that. So all of the old frustrating and possibly sad circumstances that you may have found yourself in is completely being alleviated here. Any news involving children, especially, they're going to be happy. They're going to be receiving you and whatever change is going in your life stunningly, okay? There could be some travel that you do this month or that you're planning this month. And honestly, there's just no negative meaning to this. And it came out upright. It came out face up. So it's really, really positive. It's always auspicious in readings. And I feel like you're going to be free from anxiety for a little bit and just enjoying life and not having so much anxiety. So it just feels really, really good. And then we have Yera coming out for you. Beautiful rune of celebration. So guys, you had two of the most auspicious runes come out in your reading, and on a personal level, it's an excellent omen. It just suggests that you're at a very major turning point in your life, which is great. Things are going to change for you. This can indicate moving into a new home for a lot of you, or a successful completion of a project, or a signing of some sort of contract that will be a very lucrative deal for you, things like that. There could be some nervousness here with you. As you're anticipating these major turning points in your life, these major changes. But overall, it just is really, really positive. So even if you are feeling that nervousness of something really big happening for you, it's a positive nervousness. It's an excitement. Also, the Yera rune represents Christmas time, around Yule. So, late December. I feel like whatever is being completed, whatever turning point you're going through in November, you're really going to see complete success and fulfillment by the end of the year. So this really just represents a time of joy after a lot of hard work and, going through some more difficult life circumstances. So, all of the runes here are really, really positive. And then your final rune that came out is Perthro. Now, this one's interesting because it came out completely on its side like this, neither upright nor in reverse. And this is the rune of chance. So I think you're aware that you are taking some pretty big risks here. I don't want to say you're playing with fire, but the decisions you're making at this time, they're not light decisions. It feels like you're gambling a lot. But fate itself seems to favor you. Luck seems to be on your side. Now, there is a message here with it coming out, not necessarily upright nor in reverse. And the message here is, play your cards close to your chest a little bit. And be careful who you share information with. The changes that are taking place in your life right now are very big, and there's a lot of moving parts. And so you're trying to handle these wins and successes with a lot of finesse. You don't want to become too comfortable with the idea of success happening, because it's something that you actively have to work towards. But guys, with just these runes out, I can tell that November for Cancer is going to be a highly transformative turning point in your life. Big changes taking place. The people around you, a lot of the people around you are on the same page as you. So there's harmonious cooperation that just speeds the events up drastically, okay? I definitely think, like, if you're thinking something's going to take a long, long time, it won't take a long time at all. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised at the speed at which things happen, but, obviously there could be some nervousness tied up into that as well. First card out for you is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, I see higher education. I see learning. So some of you may be going to school or really putting in some hours learning a certain skill this month, whether that is a language, an instrument, some sort of subject like math, writing, reading, whatever, history, whatever it may be. I'm seeing you really prioritizing, continuously bettering your mind and taking on new information. Another thing that I'm seeing here is getting through some tedious work and efforts to complete projects. So this may be a great month to complete projects. And I see you becoming quite masterful at your work or whatever it is that you do. Becoming very confident in skills and abilities that you have. Next, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. This is one of the few tarot cards that are actually much more positive in reverse than they are upright. So this is actually a good sign that it's in reverse, because it actually shows that any mourning or sadness or bittersweet energies that you had in regards to closing one chapter of your life and opening up a new one, you have processed them in October, it feels like. And now in November, you are just really excited for whatever this new chapter is for you. Really excited just to move forward and see what life has to offer. We have the Ten of Pentacles coming out in reverse. So one of the things that you may be trying to work hard at establishing at this time is some longevity and making sure that your long-term intentions with whatever changes are taking place are pure. I'm also seeing here the need to gather up resources. This could be money, this could be energy, and also like just trying not to stir the pot too much or try your luck too much, especially with the people around you, especially with like your living situation, your family, whatever. You don't want to stir the pot too much is what I'm seeing here. So it's like you're making pretty big changes, you're taking pretty big risks, but you know that luck is on your side, it'll work out. You just don't want to really push your luck is what I'm seeing here. Some of you may be making some transitions, some changes in the home place, people moving in, people moving out, changes to the home, changes to how you operate your work, like your work schedule or what you give to that. I'm seeing, I don't know, whatever this big change is, it's sort of motivating you to push yourself financially, like earning more or saving more. Something like that. I don't know. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, definitely something here to do with money. Okay. Some of you may be rejecting certain material pleasures that you want to invest. Like there could be things that you want to buy, for example, but you're saying, you keep asking yourself, is this a need or is this a want? And if it's a want, you're not necessarily getting it because a lot of your resources, it seems, or a lot of your time, you're wanting to pour into this turning point. There's like a gravitational pull that you feel towards something or someone, some reality, whatever the shift is, this new chapter is, you feel very strongly pulled in that direction. And so it's like, if you have any extra spare time or finances, you're wanting to put it towards that. Okay, so you may be not necessarily allowing yourself all of the extra pleasures and material blessings that you may want. Like, you may be, instead of eating out all the time, like making your own meals, instead of going out every single weekend, you may be using those weekends to, rest or work overtime or finish up certain projects, things like that, get things done. That's what I'm seeing this month. It's like putting a lot of your time, energy, and resources towards making this very positive, very major life shift. We have second row of cards now, the King of Swords in reverse. Pay attention to anyone in your life who is very cold and unfeeling when it comes to like handing out their opinions towards your life. Aries actually had a similar message, only it was a lot stronger for them, where they had to protect themselves from certain individuals who just didn't understand, especially older generations. They might not understand exactly why you're doing what you're doing, and that's not necessarily a reason for you to not do whatever you're doing. And this may be contributing to that message of like handling things with a lot of finesse and just making sure that things go smoothly. Whenever the King of Swords comes out in reverse, I don't know, it's just the influence of someone who speaks without thinking what they're saying first. Like, they don't think about how their speech affects the people around them. So there could be somebody in your life, and they could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They don't have to be that, like, they speak and they don't think about what they're saying, and they could be a little bit harsh with their opinions. And it's like if people aren't doing things the way they would do them, they don't really understand it. So I would just say be careful sharing more intimate or vulnerable pieces of your story, of your life, with folks like that. We have the Queen of Swords upright. Okay, very interesting. So King of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords upright. The divine feminine energies in your life right now are in a position of strength. The divine masculine may be needing to get it together. But Queen of Swords, this is somebody who, it's like, they want you to stay safe. They want you to be protected. They just don't want to see you getting hurt. And for that reason, they may ask you questions, just trying to ensure that you've thought about everything, especially if you're taking big risks. Like, you've thought about everything, you have contingency plans, you know what you're doing. They just want to make sure of those things. And they act out of love, just to make sure that you're safe and you're protected. This also could be a piece of you wanting to be organized, wanting to know the timelines of certain things, wanting to know exactly where you stand with people. I think your boundaries are very stern and strong during this month, and you're not necessarily going to let anybody walk all over you. One thing I would watch out for is being overly cold with your communication, so just watch out for that. We have the Eight of Wands. Honestly, out of all of the tarot cards, out of all 78 cards, the Eight of Wands I find to be my favorite. The Eight of Wands shows a lot of our seeds that we planted, a lot of our past good intentions and hard work, all starting to pay off at the same exact time. It shows popularity. It shows events moving forward with greater speed and momentum. And it just really just shows life taking off all at once. It's stunning. It's so positive. I absolutely adore this. And there's a lot of messages here in your reading, all saying the same thing, like life moves forward rapidly for you this month. A lot more rapidly. Things are moving in the right direction. Your dreams, your hopes, and your goals, your wishes, your fulfillment, all of it is unfolding at a very rapid pace right now. And that's the risk that we're talking about. That's why people are like, just make sure you're safe. Just make sure you're doing what you want, just make sure you're protecting yourself, because when life moves very quickly like that, it does create more room for error. It does create more room for acting out of short-term reactivity as opposed to long-term intentionality. But I think you're handling it well. You're handling it well. You're navigating life with a lot of finesse. And then we have the Strength card in reverse. Okay, so one thing I would really, really recommend to Cancers this month is to just really make sure that you are in a position of strength yourself. Make sure you have these contingency plans. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's this sort of negative influence in your life, somebody who's being overly harsh about their opinions, but they do have a point. It's like, make sure that you have an emergency savings account in case something goes wrong. Make sure that if you're making big decisions in a relationship, that your relationship is rock solid and everybody's intentions are pure and you're processing things healthily. If you are moving forward with some sort of big investment, just make sure that there is a backup plan. Make sure that that money is not needed elsewhere. So that way, if it does fail, you're not screwed. Set up these contingency plans and make sure that you are in a state of strength when you move forward with these big life-changing decisions, as opposed to in a state of vulnerability and just making these big life changes out of weakness, out of desperation, or, trying to just survive. Make sure that you are strong on your own. And also, this is coming out underneath the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So essentially what this is saying is, make sure that at the end of the day, you can take care of yourself as an individual. Make sure at the end of the day, you can either live on your own or, walk away at any moment if it starts to get toxic, or if things don't work out, you have a backup plan. Make sure that you are not overly relying on anyone or anything, because that will put you in a state of vulnerability, and that person or that thing can take advantage of you. Not saying they will, not saying that's what's going to happen, but also it's like, when you have other options in life, you choose the path that you actually want, that's healthiest for you, and you're not finding yourself in a position where you're stuck in a circumstance, like, oh, I'm stuck here, or I can't do this, I can't do that because of fill in the blank. That's an awful place to be. And I think all that your ancestors, your spirit guides, and your living loved ones want for you is to be in a state in life where you can take care of yourself. And so this month of November is all about building that up, making sure that you're earning your own money, if you can, making sure that you have backup plans, that you have, an emergency plan for yourself. You have resources just in case anything happens. You're not emotionally dependent on anyone or anything, any one person at least. You have multiple options in life. That's prosperity. So just make sure in the month of November that's happening, because life is moving forward rapidly in a very promising direction, but you just, want to make sure you're approaching it from a very healthy space. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been lovely. Definitely like this video, comment how it resonates down below. I'd love to hear your psychic thoughts on what you think is going to happen in the month of November, or the energies you've been feeling recently. And subscribe if you have not already. I will be posting the next week's weekly readings in a few days, so check that out. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I do offer monthly readings there, so if you want a personal reading for November, you can go ahead and get that. And there's also other readings, love readings, career, messages from spirit guides sort of readings, and they're all guided by you. You can ask your own questions and give your own backstory, and I will send you your reading within 7 days. So, and also my life coaching sessions are structured the same way. So essentially you just tell me what's on your mind, what burning questions and desires you have, and I will do an hour-long video reading for you, and then we have daily email correspondence and repeat the process every single week. So go ahead, check that out. That's also on my website, spiritpsychic.org. And my intention oil is there, and my online tarot reading course is there if you want to learn how to be a very confident and powerful tarot reader. And yeah, go check all those things out. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.